the goblinoid tribe that's in it getting cooked up by the enlighteners. Who cares? The enlighteners are not people that use assassin techniques like this. They're very, very blatant, so they're like, nah, I can't be them. Maybe the goblinoids snuck out of the village, and it's like, no, they're not getting past the enlighteners. So it's like, the stem can, maybe, but seems a bit weird. Yeah.
Turns out when you tempt God, God's just like, bet.
Well, that's exactly what one of them begins thinking. He takes the bolt that's been like left there because the Ligorot just yanked it out so the healing could grow or to heal properly, and they begin examining it. It's 2d20 plus what's a wisdom? Plus 2? Plus 2. It's a 15. Can't identify any particular markings on it. It's a crossbow bolt, which means it takes a more specialized craftsman to make it, but never of us have such craftsmen, so it's hard to tell. Eventually, you guys settle back into a, albeit guarded, and you guys are particularly cautious of being visible from any of the the open gates. There are no gates, by the way. They're gateways.
It's just a gap.
It's just a gateway. But other than that guarded status, the night settled back into a period of inactivity.
Able to got this little bit and just sort of keep watch, I guess, with a better vantage point, I suppose.
Roll your perception disadvantage.
Vantage, okay.
Are you trying to find the person that shot the bolt, or are you just looking out in general?
Just keeping an eye out for any suspicious movement, I guess, when that might be out there still.
If that's the case, then just roll me your perception. Straight perception.
Okay. And I'll have the old gun out as well in case it looks a bit more suspicious than
You're very brave. When someone gets shot by a crossbow bolt from the darkness, you peek your head out.
Yeah. And see nothing,
brave.
apparently.
To be fair, you also have disadvantage.
No, straight, right?
If you're looking for the shooter, disadvantage. If you're looking just in general, it's a straight roll. You don't say anything.
Yeah.
You head over there. Anushka,
Yes?
take the wolves. Get them on the perimeter.
Okay. Did you say hide them in the perimeter, or
Just around
put them in
the
the...
perimeter.
Oh, around the perimeter. Okay, sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there. Okay.
Make sure you don't go in small groups. Easy to break off numbers.
I shall remember.
So, Redane, eventually the Ligorotas does go over to you and offer you a hand. As you're like laying on some corpses.
Yeah, he would take it.
How long does Detect Thoughts last?
Not through unconsciousness.
Ah, shit, you're right.
It lasts.
But I'll use it again, because I got one more.
Oh yeah, you do! I keep forgetting about that.
In another 3 days, I'll have them all back, because I only roll ones and recharging.
Don't worry, someday you'll roll max.
At least it has
You
multiple
activate it
uses.
again as he comes over to you and offers you his hand, and you see, you detect. There's some respect there. A surprise. He thinks you're maybe a bit foolish still, but not in like a insulting way, but more of like a you're in over your head sort of way. You take his hand. He does like a warrior's like wrist grab instead of like an actual handshake. He pulls you up. He doesn't say anything at you. He just looks at you. And you look back at him for moments. A tacit conversation. He's not a talker. That's what the Aulos was more allocated for. You... Why?
As if we couldn't be your weapon, I would be your shield.
He froze his brow at that.
Your people need you.
Don't yours as well, though.
They still have hope.
He gets a slight smirk on his face. We stay around for the night. Give you protection in case any more assassins try to attack you. Rest up. He walks away
And
from
we
you.
appreciate it.
Make no mention.
Before that, though, he picks the shovel back up. We have some respects to pay.
Yeah, inside the wall is as good as outside. This war camp. Shakes his head. Long time ago. No one uses it anymore. Might as well make it grave for it. He tells the other tribesmen to keep a watch out. The wolves are less keen on them hanging around here. So he just sort of allocates the bushback beast to, a couple of tribesmen, and they take different parts of, perimeter watch. And it's really just you and him, at least in the beginning, digging graves.
And I imagine he's doing it pretty slowly.
Redain or like the both of you?
Redain having
Oh
been
yeah,
put to
yeah.
the point of death twice.
It's important to note that he does bury the Alas with the two bushback beasts, like in the same lot.
I would help Redain dig if there's an extra shovel.
I'm sure that you guys have one to spare amongst you guys. The Alas and the two beasts are the last ones to be buried, and as he finishes resettling the soil on them, he sets the shovel down, crouches, and begins not praying but muttering to it, and you can just catch a little bit of it. And one of the more distinctive parts is, I hope she still loves you, Kalikia, more than any of us. Lucky bastard. And he stands up.
I am assuming the rest will not be welcomed in.
He shakes his head.
Then might we offer a prayer to our provincial gods for them? That maybe Alicia will be heartbroken for them and find them.
Gets a bit of a perturbed look at on that. He's like, ugh. It's just it's like someone saying yeah, we can get you a pizza, but we gotta put pineapple on it. It's
And it's free, but
yeah, it's free pizza, but I'm I don't even know if I want it.
I wouldn't mind.
Well, that's why you're.
Have the servants pick up the.
You have hands. You can pick a pineapple off the pizza.
Yeah, but
it stains
what's the problem?
on it.
It's the memory remains.
They'll have
you know?
residue. Yeah, residue.
Exactly.
Memory.
It must
Yeah.
suck to have poor taste.
I'm happy we're all in accordance in this skill.
there's two of us that are weird.
Yeah.
There
By
are
the way-
worse things to eat.
Me on D-inspirations, ready to bust him out on anyone that disagrees. Like a
I think it
fascist
was-
state.
Redain knew these banners were outside, but I don't think he told any of us, right? Because shit popped off
I think
immediately.
a number of you. No, you guys were told because Zol and Marika ran that, or no, not Zol. Marika and someone else ran through
Yeah,
that
I
upper
completely
part,
forgot
and
about it.
yeah, and they saw it.
Okay, so while they're digging, can I go retrieve those so we can look at them later?
Sure.
Okay. Scooby-Doo.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Just gonna go out this way.
So
Upright.
I honestly
When
don't think we
we
need
look-
the map anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, this one. There's too much shit on the map. Too much clutter.
Was wondering.
after Redain says that, oh, go ahead, Kirsty.
No, you go.
Sidra would just make an offhand comment to the Legratus after we're done digging. Legratus,
Hmm.
you asked me about what it means to live, what life is to someone like me, and this might amuse you. I'll tell you my answer. why I came here out of all places. I am looking for someone. A woman. A woman who saved my life. A woman who won my heart in return.
Ah, so you out here for love? Yes. What does woman look like?
Red eyes, white hair.
Okay.
Red eye, white hair. He thinks
Her
about it.
name is Isadora.
She does a dismissive wave. Whatever. Red eye, white hair. About this tall? He gestures at around her height.
Yes.
This way. Here. He brings over one of his tribesmen. Begins like conversing with him. Giving the description you just gave him to the tribesman. And the tribesman like, yeah. Yeah. Yes, we see her. A while ago. It's bizarre. Yeah. This? Month. Do not know. We lost track of time. Trying to do one last trial. Lost sense of time doing it. Do not know how long ago it was. I think month. Maybe less, maybe more. We see this woman. She going north.
Was she alone?
Yes.
That's a relief.
He wags a finger. Let me tell you tip of north. You see something alone, you be very suspicious. They are either great bluffer or very powerful. You don't
Yes.
just see people alone in north.
No, I would imagine not. Coincidentally, have you seen a man who looks like, and I give him a detailed description of Melvin?
Yeah. No.
If you see him, feel free to punch him in the face. He's a real...
The death?
Yes.
Okay.
Right proper bastard.
You get the idea that he probably wasn't gonna. He's not really waiting for your permission for that sort of shit, anyways. But
You have my gratitude. It's been a year since I saw her, and
Yeah.
the road has been long.
Yes, our goddess always talked of love being a driving force. Yes, he spits like almost like they're like a vile taste of. Love is fickle. He walks away.
Worth every minute of suffering it causes, if you ask me.
Maybe. I do not know. He walks away.
To the other party members, they would see, like, if Sajar was a little tired, slumped from all the exertion, he stands a little taller, straight back. There's a renewed determination in his eyes.
I would say I did see your whisper to me earlier, and it was a silent response. So,
Got you. Yeah, I figured.
that being said, as the events of the night do continue to unfold deeper and deeper and deeper into the night, you regain use of your Rage or Shemendrax. And, as reward, it no longer hurts you ever again. You or your allies.
Oh, that's sick.
Be the light that burns away the darkness. Not the light that guides away. Fuck that shit. No, just burn away everything else.
Burn.
The Ligaratos does go over to Kasai, as your tribes designate Alas, and she looks pretty fucking pissed at him. Unsurprisingly. He doesn't apologize. Nevers don't apologize. But he does ask about prayers over the dead. Not asking her to bring up her defunct god or to bring in the provincial ones, but just in a more naturalistic sense, could she do something? And she doesn't respond back. She just stares daggers at him. And then he eventually goes over to whoever's closest in your company. Or maybe some of you, if you guys want to jump in on the scene. I don't fucking know. If not, then he'll go to Renee. He's like, let's get all us to do death rituals. She no speak to me. She's mute.
I will see that it's done.
He looks over back at her. Good luck. Type.
Walk over there.
With her arms crossed. Type.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I realized I was slurring a bit when I was talking.
It's alright. You go. So, Redain, you go over to Kasai, who's rather aloof about the entire situation. Like a bit peeved. And as you approach her, she just turns her attention to you. She doesn't say anything, though. She just looks at you. And raises an eyebrow.
I understand you have feelings about this. But I'm going to ask that you put them aside and do what must be done.
Make me a persuasion roll. 19, pretty solid. Well, it's an 11 roll, but +8. Anushka, how far do you take the wolves? That's a good question.
Yeah, not far enough that I lose sight of the camp. Like, still within, so they can still see what I am, kind of thing.
Yeah,
or how far I would.
Your group doesn't have dark vision. The tribesmen do.
Mm-hmm.
So like
daylight still going?
Yeah, that is still going, but it's also
so...
like 80 feet in the air. So
okay, well in that case, how far I think a bolt would be able to travel?
Anywhere from 100 to 400 feet.
Okay, yeah, I'll travel a bit that far and see if
to 400 feet. Those are 100 400 is the ranges of the weapon in the book.
Yeah, I'll travel around a bit that far then and see if, in the direction that Isra came in, and see if there's still if there's any evidence of the prediction.
Roll me your survival. No question, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And
oh, okay.
16.
Yeah.
You find nary a hair nor track of the shooter.
Come back looking very irritated.
Roll one more time. You have the wolves with you, and they can sort of sniff things out. Roll one more time. With advantage,
Okay.
quote unquote. Well, just roll one more time, not with advantage.
Yeah.
You combine them together.
Slightly better.
Oh well,
Slightly better, but not enough to push it to the next bracket of
Can I try and
success.
help? I have keen senses.
Your keen senses just give you perception skill.
Ah.
And this isn't a perception roll, it's a survival one. You guys aren't just looking around, which you guys can't see jack shit in the dark. So it's like, yes! We are in the night right now. Thanks.
I believe.
I believe we're in the night right now. Yeah, no shit, I can figure that out.
I may have gone blind.
Like getting to the ground, looking for boot prints or footprints or paw prints, hairs or bent grasses and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not looking around. It's like sniffing the floor for scents. Which, unfortunately, Anushka, you don't sniff anything. Neither you nor the dogs.
God
Wolves,
damn.
of course.
How dare they be referred to as dogs?
Yeah, no, they're not dogs.
Oh.
Back to you with Kasai. She glares at you very intensely. And then she lets out a frustrated sigh. Fine. They are to my gods, not theirs. She looks over at Lambert. Or yours.
I'll just put a weak hand on her shoulder. Thank you.
You put a weak hand on her shoulder, and she gets like her look of frustration alleviates a bit. You should sit down. You almost just died.
I suppose everything else can be entrusted to our allies.
Yes. Sit somewhere safe. Hebe? And she just sort of like plops Hebe on your shoulder. Hebe will tell me if you need anything. Or if you need to contact, tell Hebe. Low crackle, like a fire, like happens from Hebe. Their form of speaking, I guess, in a more monosyllabic way. And Kasai begins going off to the grave sites.
Just look at you. Then I thank you for your vigilance.
It says something in a language you don't understand. Actually, no, Hebe can't speak. It just says understand. It makes a crackling noise at you. And you go off and find yourself a quiet corner to get your own second wind in. So, in the meantime, Anushka, you're looking for the shooter. Silas, I think you said what you were doing. You were finding a nice spot to begin riding in, yes?
Yes.
Polis joins you. Two nerds riding. Tolis does inquire in with you. You're right.
There's some things I've realized after this evening.
They heft up their own book. Same. What are you writing about? I'm gonna write about all this ambushing and dueling.
Same. And
oh. Like awkward smile. Oh, hey, twinsies.
It's going to be a letter to a friend that hopefully I will deliver in person.
When?
God, I didn't hear you.
You're gonna deliver them soon?
Not a chance. Back home.
Silas gives you like a "that's rough, buddy" look.
Silas just nods.
Here, I can show you. I can show you exactly what it looks like. Yeah, there you go. Exactly that. A burn scar on their face.
Oh God, where did that come from?
Sigh. That's where it came from. Anyways. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll find some friendly folk and faces here in the north, despite everything.
I mean,
looking at this.
We sort of did. The stem can were nice enough.
Yeah. So we'll probably find more. Or maybe, if you want to send it back faster. Begins looking around for Anushka. Oh right, Anushka's outside the walls. I was gonna say Tolis leans in close to you, whispering, "The strike force. They could probably send something back. Take a letter back home, and then use couriers and whatever mail to,
Silas kind of lights up. He's like, I didn't think of that.
Let me know when you do. I got some things I want to send back to the Heartlands too.
All right.
And then Tolis gets busy writing in their book.
Silas does as well.
You fucking
sorry, am I
nerds!
disturbing the two of you?
Oh, that's fine.
To intrude on your writing. Oriana, she says she's done with this here. I give Tolis back the stone.
Oh. Takes it back. Looks up at you like a kid, really. You didn't even use it in the fight.
No, I guess too many things happened all at once.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any better about it, I can't imagine doing that. I'm not a
We all do what
fighting
we're
sort of
good at,
person.
right?
Nods.
Speaking of which,
Hmm?
Tolis, you're a studied person, and Salas, you're a person of music, right?
Sus motions to their violin case, like, I would hope so.
Please, if you want time in peace and quiet to write, let me know, and I will fuck right off. If you don't mind, I would like to ask your perspective on something.
By all means.
Certainly.
I don't know if you ever heard me talking to the Lagratos, but about a year before we met, I heard music. The likes of which I haven't heard before. I was back home, I was sitting atop of a roof.
Wait. Hold on. Tolis begins paging to a different section of the book. Okay, continue.
Sus seeing that grabs a new piece of paper and is like, good idea. Continue.
Oh no, that's the thing. This section of Tolis' book already has writing in it. It's like so Tolis is referencing something as opposed to recording it down. Although you definitely are making the right play on recording it yourself.
Right, so about a year ago, before we met up I was sitting atop a roof back home, you see, and I was gazing up at a clear, star-bright sky one evening when I heard, like, subtle notes